Hi folks, and welcome back to the Grumpy Gamer channel. That's it, you guessed it. This is that channel where you get to see this old git talk about modern games. Well, for today's in-car comments, a couple of things I wanted to discuss today. First of all, I want to talk about Ovrdark VR, which came out on Friday. Obviously, we were all hoping that Madison VR would drop. It got delayed again, so I was still in the mood for a horror game. Excuse me. So I downloaded Ovrdark VR. What can I say about Ovrdark? Well, I've only played really about an hour and a half of the game, and I have to say, yeah, I'm not massively impressed so far, to be honest with you. I'm not really finding it scary. A couple of little jumps here and there. I'm trying to get into the scary vibe with it. But, you know, the first thing that really stuck out to me like a sore thumb was the fact that your hand angle is way off. So basically, if I want my hand to be like straight like that, so if I've got my hand like that in a game, I have to hold my wrist down like that. If I hold my wrist straight like that, my hand's up in the air like that. So the hand angle's way off, which to me massively breaks the immersion straight away. You know, when you're holding your torch, you're meant to hold a torch like that in the game. You can't hold it like that. You have to hold it like that. Well, because of the hand angle being off, it feels more like you're holding it like a gun with the torch along the top. So it just doesn't work. And I don't know why they kept that in. I don't know why they didn't change that, because at the end of the day, when you're looking down at the hands and they're a completely different angle to the way you're holding your hands, like I said, that's a massive immersion breaker for me. Another thing, you know, it's only an indie developer, I get it, but come on guys, you could have easily changed that, or even add in game, like some games add, that you can change the angle, so you adjust it to what you feel is right for you. Maybe they could have done that, but first of all, just get that hand angle right. It would have been much easier. Secondly, another little niggle. Yeah, when you pick up objects, I mean, I'll actually put up a picture. I shall put it up just there, and you can see, yeah, how it picks up different objects. Not great, you know, which again is a little bit immersion breaking, but not a game killer. The sounds they use at first, yeah, they're creepy. You'll hear sort of creaking and sort of noises going on in a room next door or a room upstairs. But I have found already they're just reusing the same sounds. So it's yeah, those, after a while you just forget them, because nothing happens when you hear those particular sounds. I think they would have been much better putting lots of different sounds in. Also, I'm sure they're going to patch this out, but also sometimes your footsteps sound like they're way off to the side. So at first, when I first heard it, it threw me so much, I actually thought someone was walking behind me. It's not, it's just my own footsteps. So that, I think, I'm sure they'll patch it out, but that's another little niggle for me. It's got a nice little game mechanic where this creepy bloke, he's looking for you, and you've got to stand dead still. So you've got to hold your head still, you've got to hold your hand still. It's pretty easy to do, to be fair, but if you move slightly, then the timer goes back down. So it's literally got to go around a full circle, and then you're fine. If it goes right back down to nothing, then that's it, you're obviously going to die. I've died only once so far, and that was when I went into a room with a load of these spores. I don't know, I think they're a bit like the spores from The Last of Us. So you breathe them in, but it just kills you. Doesn't turn you into a zombie or anything, you're just dead. So I think the playtime is around about 6 hours-ish. Like I say, I'm about an hour and a half into it. So I can't give a full review. I know some people are enjoying it. For me, I even heard someone say they enjoyed it more than Propagation Paradise Hotel, which, crikey, really? I haven't seen anything yet where it's on the same level as that game. As you guys know, I absolutely loved Propagation Paradise Hotel. I thought it's honestly the scariest game I've played on PSVR 2 to date, seriously. Yeah, love that game. It's only short, but I love it. If you haven't got it, I would definitely recommend getting that game. So yeah, so I can't give a full review of the game. I can only give my initial thoughts. But I mean, a big tell for me is I haven't played it that much since it came out on Friday. I've actually been playing Hellsweeper VR because it's just had the Wrath update, and I'm absolutely loving it now. Absolutely loving Hellsweeper VR. They've changed some of the game mechanics, like the keys you have to get to unlock the chests. Before, the way you would do it is you'd have to physically pick up the keys and walk them over to the chests. So after you've sort of cleared an area, go round, shooting all those weird sort of totem things, picking up the keys, going over the chest and opening it. Now they've changed that to a much better system, which is when you're shooting things and you're shooting those totems or whatever, the keys automatically get collected by you. So when you walk up to a box, it tells you above the box how many keys and what different types of keys you've got. So, you know, you might have 20 odd silver keys, 7 gold keys and 1 jade color key. Obviously, if you use silver keys to open a 2 or 3 lock chest, then you're not going to get as good reward as, say, you use 3 gold keys to open the same chest. And you can use, even if it's a 3 lock chest, you can use 1 jade key, which are a lot rarer, 1 jade key to open the whole thing. You don't need to use 3 keys. So I really enjoy that mechanic. It's got a new enemy as well. I can't remember what it's called. Is it called a Wrath? I can't remember. There's a new enemy, very odd, like one enemy is inside another enemy, and when you kill it, then one comes out the other, and that looks pretty good. I'm on my 3rd run through. So I did my first run before this update came. I did the first run through. You'd go through 3 acts, and I did that when it very first came out, first dropped. But I just wasn't feeling it. I know graphics aren't the most important thing in the world, but I think they are more important, actually, graphics in VR than they are flat screen. Again, it's all to do with immersion, but that's just my opinion. Some people disagree. But for me, the graphics have to be nice to be drawn in. If they're all blurry and muddy, and it just spoils the whole experience for me. So I couldn't really get into Hellsweeper before. And as soon as I heard that they were going to be adding at some point dynamic foveated rendering, DFR, then I just put it down and I waited, and it's been well worth the wait, because some of the weapons and upgrades I'm getting now are great, fantastic. The only thing I don't like about Hellsweeper VR is it's a roguelike game. I would have preferred it, to be honest, if it was more like their last game, Sorrento VR. I loved that game on the PSVR 1. It's one of my favourite games on the PSVR 1. Still play it. So I wish it had been more like that, where it's just levels, where you could just go through levels and you don't whiz right back to the start if you die. I mean, one of the upgrades that you can get, which is definitely worth picking up if you're playing this game, is I think you can only use it once, but it's an upgrade where if you die, you get to replay that level again and then carry on if you beat it. So that's a really useful one. So it's basically like an extra life, to be fair. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving Hellsweeper VR. I mean, mainly this weekend I played Hellsweeper VR and I played GT7. So that sort of tells you straight away how I'm getting on with Ovrdark VR at the moment. But like I say, there are other people out there that are absolutely loving it. They probably finished it already. So if you've picked up Ovrdark, please let me know down in the comments what you think of it, how you're getting on with it, whether you've completed it already over the Easter break, because I would like to hear other people's opinions on it and their thoughts on it. Now, I did stream some footage to Twitch. Obviously, it all went a bit wrong because I was meant to be getting the PlayStation camera so you guys could watch this old fart pup himself when I was playing Madison VR. I couldn't get the camera in the end. Went to get it. Every single store I went to was sold out. They said, oh, we can order it in for you. What's the point? That means I've got to come back and collect it. If you've got to order it in for me, I might as well just order it for myself. It gets delivered to my door. So sadly, that's what I've had to do. So that is supposed to be here on Thursday. So I will, for my future streams, and obviously when Madison VR comes out finally, I will be streaming so that you'll be able to see me as well and have a good laugh at my expense. So that's it for today, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, does me a huge favor. And also don't forget to share my nonsense content to you think whoever may be interested. So that's it for today, folks. Until next time, I shall see you guys on the other side. Adios.